Welcome back, everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor, but this is the old one. But today, Farming Simulator 25 Giants editor came out 10.0.1. So I'm going to show you how to download and install it. And let's get started. So I started out in here just for the screen, and we're going to go ahead. You're going to go to your browser, and in this case I already have it pulled up, but in this case I'm going to go to this browser because I have one logged in and one not logged in. So basically you go to the gdn.giants-software.com site. Okay, so basically when you're in this area here, you just type gdn Giants editor, and then that'll pop that other page up. It'll pop up a screen that you can log in or register. Okay, so yours may look a little different than this screen, but it should be pretty close. This is probably what you'll see. Then you're going to register if you're not registered, so click register here, and then it'll take you to here. Put your full name, your username, your email address, then you confirm your email. Then you can either select or deselect newsletter and hit register. That'll register you. Then you're going to whatever email you chose, you need to write that down and put for a GDN account, like, and then put password, and it's going to tell you what password that it has for you. You don't get to choose it. At least I've never been able to. It always chose mine. So then you need to write it exactly as you see it. If it's a capital letter, put capital letter. If it's a lowercase, put lowercase. Whatever it says, make sure you write it properly on your paper as a backup to know. Then sign in. You're going to type your email that you put here and then put your password in and hit log in. Okay? So, and as you see right now, you don't see anywhere else that like to download anything, but you're fixing to. All right, so we're going to head over to the other browser where I logged in at, and then all I did was put my email name and password and logged in. Now, once you're in here, you're going to see downloads. So this is what you see at first, then you're going to click downloads, and this is it. So Giants Editor 10.0.1 for Farming Simulator 25. You're just going to click it, and on some computers it'll immediately download. Now I've already downloaded it and I've not installed it yet, but I'm gonna click it again. Even though I did it because my first time I clicked it, it did 2 for some reason. I only clicked it once, so I'm gonna just see what it does. All right, I clicked it once this time. See, it says 2 here, but earlier I clicked it once, it did download, and then it just immediately started downloading it again instead of 1 behind it, which means it downloaded it twice. But this one's the 1 was the second download. The 2 means it's actually the third download. I'm just downloading it to show you. It don't take long. I clicked on it, 1 click, and it downloaded. Now, if yours don't, yours might have some prompts like, hey, yes, do this, do that. Just follow the prompts to download it, and you'll be good to go. As you can see, 11/21/24. You got to read the middle is the first date for Americans. So this is November 21st, 2024. You're going to look down this list and find every single 11/21/24, and you want to download it if you're going to be actually using it and needing those um, different pieces. This is the exporter for Maya. Then you got Giant Studio. You can do it, the debugger, and you got the Giants Loop Synthesis Tool one. You got you need to read each one that says that. See, and then you go down and you got the Test Runner 25, the Icon Generator, and then you got the Vehicle Integration Conversion, excuse me, and you can see the dates. Now this one says 11/13, so for whatever reason you need to do get that one if you're going to be working on maps. And just look through these dates, make sure you click and download each one of these that you're going to need. Make sure you have room on your computer. Alright, so it downloaded and it's there. So what you could do is click here, but technically I always go to the other area. So we're going to click on downloads from here. You just go to your file explorer, click downloads, and come in here and find it. Now I downloaded them all, and that's probably what yours will look like for the most part, other than the fact that somehow it downloaded Giants Editor so many times. Now this was the very first one it downloaded. This was the second one, and this was the one I just showed you. I'm assuming this one's okay. I'm going to compare the megabytes, just making sure they all look the same. Okay, they do. So it's no problem. It's just going to be extra ones. We're going to use the main one. So it's 40.9 megabytes. We're going to double click it. All right. So we're going to double click that. Then does it want the app to make changes? Yes. All right. It's going to pull this up. You're going to read this if you want to read it. Most people probably don't, but you know, it's there for you to read. Click I accept the agreement and then click next. And then it's going to come here. Now, if you're on your main C drive and you got plenty of space and that's where you want this to be, then leave it and just click next. But if you want to put it on a different drive because you don't have enough space on C drive or whatever, and yours may pop up something else here. It depends on what your main drive is because it'll pop up to whatever this is set for. But I'm going to put it on D drive. And if I had another drive right now, I'd put it on it because I'm running out of space on D drive too. So I'm going to hit browse. Then you're going to scroll down to D drive. It says new volume D. And that's what you click on if you want to put it on a different drive. And yours might be F, E, whatever. Just whatever one has enough space. Okay? You're going to click OK. Left click it. And then you're going to come in here and it's going to tell you setup will install Giants Editor into the following folder. And it's just showing you it's going to look like that in D drive. Straight to D drive. It's going to say Giants Editor and that's that's the numbers. So I'm okay with that and we can hit next. If you don't want that, then you got to browse to the folder that you're wanting to install it into. But I'm usually good with what it offers. Now it's going to move on to setup. We'll create the program shortcuts, the following start menu folder. To continue, click next. If you like to select a different folder, click browse. So this is the same sort of deal. You can put it where you want or you can leave it. In this case, I'm fine with the way they got it set up, so I'm going to hit next. And then this I always do because I like a shortcut. Create a desktop shortcut. I'm okay with that. Some people don't want to. It's up to you. You don't have to check it if you don't want to. Alright, and then we're going to click next. It's going to do it. It's going to pop it up. It's installing it. Now this I always do at the first. It goes ahead. It's going to run the application immediately, so it's going to immediately load, and I like that. Okay, so I'll leave that checked. If you don't want to open it right now, then uncheck it. This one is the text that tells about it, and you can leave it checked if you want to read that, or if not, uncheck it, but I leave it. Hit finish. It's popping this up. Now here, I don't click this, because I don't want to replace any of these that I have. And I don't know that it would, but I think it would, if I don't just X out. So I'm just going to X out, and now here is, it's running it, remember, because you left that checked. So it's opened that, but we're going to click on this a minute, and this is telling us what they do or how they have it. It says improved editor preferences, migration from older editor versions, game in. That tells it the name of it, initial release of Giants Editor for Farming Simulator 25, and there's no notes because they haven't updated or fixed anything. All right, so you can X that out. You can maximize this, X that out. Okay, well, you could click on any of it if you needed it, but for now we can exit out. It'll come back later. Alright, so now you're in the Giants Editor, the brand new one. How wonderful. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Alright, so now we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and come to File. You need to come down to Preferences, and oh, they got a nice one. Alright, so there's a lot more information in here than the other one. That's good. So what you're going to do is going to look in here, go to game installation path on the installation path bar, and you're going to check it. Don't erase anything until you check it. You're going to click on it and go over and make sure it goes to the right path. It looks like mine went to the right path, so I'm proud of that. So mine should be just fine. But if yours didn't go to the right installation path of where your game is, your 25, you have to have Farming Simulator 25 to use this. So if it didn't go the right place, you're going to left click on these three dots, and you're going to follow to that game. So in this case, I'm going to go to D drive, then I would go to Steam Library. Let me find it. should be up here somewhere. Here it is. Double click, Steam Apps, double click, Common, double click. If it jams up on you, just make sure you double click it till it opens. And then you come down to the Farming Sim 25 and then left click on it once. Don't click any further. Click select. And then it's going to choose it. And then you're going to click, okay, I'm going to click cancel because it's already there. Okay. But you would click to yes or okay. Then you come and click apply. Okay, to apply that's yes, you're okay with that change that you made. Now, if yours said, the wrong path, if it's in the right path, leave it alone. So mine should be fine. It shows that it went to the right path. See, common, Steam Apps, common, Farming Simulator. So it went to the right path. So I don't have to do anything. Sometimes it does go to the wrong path, though, so you need to check this. And then, of course, you have the viewport. You got the scripting. You got all kind of extra stuff in here. And these are the little commands that help you do things like Control B. I'll give you an example. Control B is the one we always use the most, pretty much, and Control D as in dog, Control B as in boy, and so on. And these are a bunch of the things that tell you what that function shortcut does, basically. So you can look at all of that, and then we can just close it because it's already in the right place. So now I'm going to go ahead and click on File. And we're going to do, let's see, new mod from game, I guess. And we're going to open up, as soon as it opens, give it time. Should open up this menu. Okay, so something's wrong. Failed to load image from the file. That, data, vehicles. Okay. PNG. Okay. Can't open that. So there's some sort of issue. Yeah, it did it a bunch of times for all of those. Okay, let me back out of here. New mod from game. So I'm closing that. Then it popped this one up. This would be probably the one it was going to be showing, where it showed the other stuff. Yeah, it's not letting me. Hang on. File. Let's do open mod. I'm just looking at it. So it's going to 22. Alright, we don't want to go that way. So something's wrong with it. Let me try this again. So they might be having a bug or an issue. Let me see. Let me look. So data vehicles and this particular one, something, and then the details of it. Failed to load the image. Can't open it. This system cannot find the file. So there's something wrong with those vehicles. So I don't know. I'm going to have to look. We'll have to look and see what's going on. Unless we try reopening it. First, before we do that, before we go any further, I'm going to go ahead and create a shortcut for it. So that I'm going to hover over the one that's open, right click, and click on pin to taskbar. So I want it to pin it there. So now it's pinned to my taskbar like my other ones, and I can immediately open them when I'm ready to. I'm going to go to my old one and show you, just for the ones that yours might work, because I'm going to have to see why that's not working. This is my old one. Click on File, and then New Mod from Game, and then wait for it to do something, and then it should pop up the proper menu, and we'll see. So I don't know what's going on with it though. There. This is what you should have seen, or something very similar, and it shows the map stuff. So you're gonna click on this little drop down, and you're gonna pick any one of these maps. This is the old one, but yours will be the other maps from the new game. So this is Alpine, FR, and US. So you can find which one you got. You'll have the same options. Then you'll have all the vehicles and all that stuff down this list. So what you would do is click on one of these and then go from there. Um, so I'm gonna have to see what's wrong with it, but basically it's gonna, if you click on it, then you would choose, I'm just gonna do it to show you. Um, you could click on it to show right here what you're gonna call your map. So once you get to this, you're gonna go ahead and highlight just this last bit before this forward slash and title what the name of the map's going to be. Or you could put whatever name until you name it later. But you would title it here, so if you're going to call the map whatever, mountain map or whatever, put it there, and then it's going to put it in this folder here. You could tell it where to put it if you want. Uh, you could put it straight into the mods folder, but I usually let it put it here, and then I go copy it into the mods folder. So I'm going to hit OK just so y'all can see this process, because apparently it's not working for 25, and I'm going to have to go figure out what's going on. So I'm going to let it just run it through this just so the people can see how it would work if they were doing it. It takes a second to download. It's creating the map. It should be just a bit. Hopefully it don't take too long. Alright, here we go. So now it's popped this up. This is the Elm Creek, but it would be Riverbend or whichever map you opened if you've done those steps. So once you do this, okay, you can save it. Okay, you can come up here and hit this little save, and then you can close this out. Okay, so I'm going to hit save. I'm going to just show you. We're going to save it, and then we're going to close it. Alright, now we're going to close it. We're going to X out right there. Now this is the old one, so ignore that. I mean the newest one, so ignore that for a minute. We're going to go to the File Explorer. We're going to go to Documents. We're going to go to MyFS22 Mods. Now I'm going to explain something to you. If the My 25 Giants Editor for Farming Simulator 25 was working, and I created the map like I just showed you in the old version, it would have put one that said MyFS25 mods, most likely. That's usually what it does. And so I'll have a new folder. It'll create it all on its own as soon as you click OK to that one little bar, a line that we just saw. Now, once it's here and you saved, say this was the main Riverbend one, and you saved it and then you X'd out, well then you're going to come to here and you would find MyFS25 mods. Click on it and then get that one you just saved and copy it, and we'll show you where. We're going to come in here. We just copied it or made it. I'm assuming this is it. Nope. Where's it at? Today's the 21st. I don't even see it. Here it is right here. So this is the one we just made. So we're going to right click on it and we're just going to copy it. We're going to leave a copy in here and we're going to put the other one in the main area. So that's just like our little backup copy. So now we're going to click on Documents again, or you can click on it over here. And then you can come to My Games, double click. Then you can see that you'll have an option where to put it. Well, in this case, we would be going to Farming Simulator 25 if it worked, but it didn't. So we're going to go to 22 just to show you. None of these Mod F, Mod A, none of them will be there, okay? Just mods. And you're going to click on that twice with the left mouse click, and then none of this is going to be here when you're doing the brand new one, okay? Unless you've already added mods to your Farmer Sim 25, then it will be. And then you're going to right click, and then you're going to click paste, and then it's going to put the map there. I'm not going to do that because there's already plenty in here. We're not going to have to do that, but that's all you would do to get your map that you just set up in Farmer Sim for Farmer Sim 25 into your Farmer Sim 25 folder. Since I can't do it, it's not there. It's not going to let me. So see, it would show mods, and it would be empty because I don't have any in there. I didn't download any. But if you got mods, it'll show the mods you downloaded. That's where you have to put your map so you can play it in game. And usually I'll work on it from there. Some people work on theirs from the desktop. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. Alright, so those are the steps on that, and that's pretty much all I can really show right now because apparently something ain't right with the stuff. So we're going to jump back real quick before I end it. Well, since we can't load the sample mod map right now until they update it and fix it, we can go look through the window area to put the different windows in place. You can see we already have the scene graph and the attributes, and the viewport is already open. The console is already open, but there are more, and we'll click on window, and then you can look and you have animation. We have attributes, it's already open. Console's already open. And then environment setting you could click on. Material editing, which I usually open, so I'm going to click it. So that'll go over there. Hit window again. And then we have mesh viewer. And we have mod metadata. And we have particle editing, post FX editing. And then prefabs, procedural placement. Alright, so we have all that. It's just all tabs now on the terrain editing instead of rolling down a long list. And then we have texture, streaming, viewport, which we already have open, toolbars, and then it just shows all that stuff it's had. And then script toolbar editor, reset window, layout, detach menu. So all of it's pretty much the same except just the way they structured it. So that part's interesting. It's a shame, but also if you come to attributes, you see attributes is open. You would have to actually have something on this screen right here to see it, but there is a user attributes over here. So instead of it being like it used to be and you put it in a window like material editing and regular attributes and scene graph, user attributes is under attributes, and it's under right here. It's a tab. They got about 3 or 4 tabs, and user attributes is over here to the right, and then you click it and it goes the same as this one, which makes you tab through to get to the other ones. So user attributes has been combined with attributes. I'm not a fan of that. I like it this way over here to where I have user attributes separate. Right here, see it down here in the left hand corner, it's separate. So to me, I like that better. You see up here, this is what this one looks like. It has user attributes, terrain editing, and so on. See, so I'm trying to see if they added anything new or took anything away. I think they pretty well have everything the same. And then of course the terrain editing, here it is, and it has this. I like it better this way myself. I wish they would let us have an option to choose the tabs or choose this. But I like just being able to roll down real fast because you're already used to it and you know where you're going. I get it, but it just feels like they're. But I guess they're keeping you from having to roll back up again to this. So I guess that's kind of good. But it's pretty much the same. Let's look at these. You can see these, how they look, and then we'll compare to 25. And as you can see, we don't have anything loaded because obviously it didn't let us load a map. I mean, we could go through and make a main game map, but I don't want to be messing with the main game. I'll just wait till they update it. It's not that big a deal. I'm not gearing to jump in too quick. I want to make sure they get it through and fixed and everything before I go too far with it. But it looks like that most of it's pretty much the same. We have all that. That's all the same. This one's terrain sculpt mode, terrain texture detail paint mode, terrain mesh paint, terrain info layer paint mode, terrain procedural layer paint mode, and terrain foliage paint mode. So if I look back at this other one, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 icons for that. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that part's the same. Alright, terrain editing shows like this, and then it has opacity, hardness, and value, and that one is the one that they didn't have over there. So if you go back to look in the 25, they have opacity and hardness, but they don't have the value. So I guess they got rid of that, unless they put it someplace else. So they could have, so we may see it somewhere else. And then we have procedural editing, same thing, they took away the value. And then you have these other tabs as you let's see, no, that's the other tabs. So we're good there. You roll on down, it has all that stuff to do with the procedural placement. and it's just basically this same stuff. They just put it on a shorter tab so you don't have to go roll down the list. I kind of like rolling down the list myself, so but I guess it's good for the long term where they get you situated. I think it's going to confuse some new people. We should be okay. But it looks like they pretty well got all the other stuff to it that they had. On that, let's go look back in the window. So it looks pretty much like they're the same. So we should be good to go. Um, and I think, let's look over here in the material area. It looks like they got some new stuff, or maybe not. Let's see, that looks pretty much the same. They got a slot name. That's new, I think. And then the custom shader. Okay, as far as I can tell without having something open, it looks the same. Okay, so far so good. I think we're all set. I just wanted to give you a little peek. This is the other area, shared scripts, camera, all the stuff that's normal. All that's normal view. There's all the view stuff. There's the create the splines and all that kind of stuff. The transform group, all that's the normal stuff. Um, as you can see, there's all your little stuff you make, cube, plane, all that stuff. And then this is the same, and that looks pretty much the same. But anyway, we're going to call that an episode here. This is a Giants Editor 10.0.1 for me. On this one, they probably be doing an update, and it's going to say something else. And then I'll do another video to help you get your map into your Giants Editor. But I did show briefly on this one how to do 22, so I hope that helps you. And also have one of me doing 22 a long time ago. You can double check it if you need help. But I'm going to catch you on the next one. Please hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.